Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. This is going to collect the header and header trailer and the combine. They're going to come up and collect it. And the cost for us for doing that is obviously we get 1,165 if we sell it right there. That's the least item. I was wondering if I could get it from the shop and do it. If I could reset that one down to the shop so that we can at least just take a look at what the price difference. No, we won't do that. But there is a price difference. So what we'll do is we'll take the price cut. I'd rather take the price cut. So I'm going to sell that one right up there, and I'm going to do the same with the harvester. I can't really go and sell the harvester and not the header, so I'm going to have to do it with both of them. So there's 12,000 right there coming in. We're finished with that one, and the harvester itself is another 17,000, which I will sell right there. So I haven't repainted it. I haven't repaired it. It's just been sold as is, just like that. So that one's gone. I got 30,900 for that, which is not as much as we would have gotten if we had driven it all the way down. But the reason that we've done that is because we need to save the time. So we're paying quite a substantial sum of money for that extra little bit of time that we have saved. And I consider that to be money well spent. Because, well, I just do. So next up, I want to empty out this grain. We've already filled up the chicken pen, so we don't need to worry about that. I'll put the timescale on to 5 times speed. I'm going to empty out the grain right here. While that's tipping, I'm going to drive the other tractor down, and I'm going to get the rake. So I'm going to start tipping that. I'm going to go and get the other tractor. And I'm going to run down and get the rake, and then I'm going to bring that one up, and I'm going to start raking this field up here. So if I'm going to plant this field, I think that we've got seed. I hope we do, because otherwise this is not going to work. We need to plant the field with grass. If we're leaving it as grass, then we've got to plant it with grass. That's something that we're going to need to do. So I'll go in there like that and grab that one. I don't even think I've got a plough here, have I? I think I did have a plough, but I sold it. Not entirely sure. Did I or didn't I? I don't know if I had a plough or not. If I have got a plough, it'll be down in that lot, but I think maybe I did, but I sold it. I genuinely can't remember at the moment. Not that it really matters. Okay, so what we will do here is I'm going to just unfold this one. We need to start down. Actually, we could just move down to the bottom down there and start down there. That might be the best place to do it. So we'll run down there. And then this is going to start putting 2 rows into one. I'll then get that trailer that we've just emptied out, and I will bring that one up here and quickly pick up the bales around the outside edge of the field so they don't interfere with this one. So you're going to start here like this. He's going to go there. Yeah, that's fine. And he'll go to that point. Might just need to help him turn around here. So he'll pick up there, and then is the bale going to be in the way? No. Alright, that one's fine. He's going to go on and do that. This one right here, he can actually stay right where he is, and I just need to do that, and then go to the auto loader, and we'll do this, and then we want auto load for pallets like that. Customize. So we've just taken the sides off like that, and if we go and have a look in here, left shift Z, liquid tank, big bag, Euro pallet, round bale cotton, round bale 125. That's the setting that we want. We can now run and collect the straw bales that we've already baled. As soon as I've loaded those up and moved them out of the field, we can then move on and carry on with the baling and get that done. We've got the rake raking those up into smaller, into less windrows, which should make our job a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. At least that's what I'm hoping. Right, in theory, we should, because this has been updated, the autoload has now been updated. So what we should be able to do, in theory, is I press R, and it stays autoloading now until there, although it's not put straps on. It's not doing the straps. Why isn't it doing the auto straps? Fasten, unfasten. Right control J. Okay, I've used... No, that was left control. Right control J. I'll put the straps on like that, and then we will see. So I've got the thing using the autoload. The autoload is now on, and you don't just keep pressing the button for it anymore. Once you turn the autoload on, it will stay on until you choose to turn it off again, which I actually quite like. But I don't know what it's going to be like going around and picking up bales, and also I don't know what this trailer is going to be like picking up bales now that we've got that. So it's missed one bale there already. You do really need a level surface for this to work properly, don't you? See, there's one over there. Is it going to let us get any more? The bales are spaced fairly wide apart here. Yeah, see, and it's lifting them up in the air like that, which is weird. And I'll bring you up here. Doesn't like that at all. Disable. Let me try doing that, and then it's just refusing to load a secondary layer now. I don't really know, but we can only put 6 bales on there at the moment. So we'll go and take these 6 bales away, and then we'll come back and we'll get the other 3, and they can just kind of sit on the trailer, I suppose. And where are we going to put these bales? We'll put them down with the silage bales, and what we'll do is we'll say... Oh, no, I wasn't going to keep them, was I? I was going to sell them all, which means that we need the level platform. So I'm just going to unload these here for now. I'll pop them there. And then I'll go back up to the field, and we'll focus on getting the bales. Or focus on making the bales and clearing the field. And then we can see about building that level platform. And then selling the bales. Because that's what I was going to do. I was going to keep them all, because we don't have a shed to keep them in. So realistically, I shouldn't be trying to do that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to stop. I've activated the auto load. And I'm just going to keep driving. I'm curious how it's going to cope with it, with just driving at speed past the bales. And it does seem to be loading them reasonably well. I don't know what it's going to be like going past this one. So I'm going down hills, so it'll be slightly faster. Whoosh. That's actually, it did just fine. No problems at all. I do wonder if the new autoload script is going to mean that the trailer won't load more than 6 bales at a time. If that's the case, that's going to be a bit of a jolly nuisance for us. We're going to want a bigger trailer. I'd like a bigger trailer anyway, because like we've got a lot of bales here to move, and it's going to take us a considerable amount of time to be able to get them to the sell point. That's not going to be an easy thing to go and do. Right, let's start here. There's a few little tiny spots, which is what I'm just picking up here. This one right there. I don't know why I'm bothering with these little tiny spots. It's not like it's going to make any vast difference to anything whatsoever, is it? So we'll do it anyway. And there we go. So, like, the baler, we can't go and sell that one. We're not going to be able to make our fortune selling the baler. But we're on 40,000. We can sell the straw now, and so yeah, we'll be looking at maybe 2, possibly 3,000, depending on how many bales we get out of this field. Although, you know, 1 bale per row, we could end up with 20 bales out of this field. That's not so bad. And then we're going to be wanting to... We do need to start working on the field. We want to get it planted. But the advantage with the field and getting it planted is that it's quite a big field. Well, it's not that it's quite a big field. The advantage is that we're planting it with grass, and we're not planning on cutting the field until next year now. So while we're fast-forwarding time, the field can be being cultivated and planted and stuff like that. So the only thing that I would have to do is roll it after it's been planted before we can skip the night. But I mean, the rollers that we've got are fairly wide. The other issue obviously then is that any planting that is done needs to be rolled that same day, because otherwise it's too late and then we don't get the rolling bonus. And the only way that you can have that rolling bonus is to do it when you plant it, and I believe that grass is affected by that bonus. So it's something that we do need to do. That's going to slow things down a little bit, possibly. I mean, the seed drill is a reasonable size. I could leave the field completely and not replant it, but honestly, at this point, that does feel a little bit cheaty. Like, I should have... I can't really just leave the field in good conscience for 6 months. The other thing that we can say is that, you know, the field is ready for spring crops. Actually, that's a good idea. Because then I'm not tied to... We could cultivate it. We could cultivate the field so it's ready for planting, but because we're planning on selling the farm in the winter, then we wouldn't necessarily want to plant it, because the next person that comes along, they might want to do something other than grass, and they'll bring in their own combine. So, you know, we're actually by not planting it, we're doing them a favor. I think that's what we're going to need to do. I think that's what we're going to need to do. Yes, I am talking myself out of just about everything I've said that I was going to do, but I think it's justified because I'm on the clock here. I'm absolutely on the clock. By my reckoning, we are episode 70. This is... I must be a good way through episode 71 at the moment, if not into 72. I think... Where are we? We're a good way through episode 71, I think. So this is by my reckonings. Right, that one, I need to go here. Episode 71 at the moment, which means that we are... if this is almost through episode 71, I've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've got 4 episodes left. Is that going to be enough time to sell everything that we need to sell, buy the tailoring shop, move the rolls of fabric from where from the spinnery down the bottom and bring them up and put them in the tailoring shop, and then wait for the clothing to be made, and then take 2 pallets of clothing down to the supermarket and sell? You know, I really don't know. So I don't really want to be stopping to be planting grass partway through, because that is going to... That's the problem with the planting of the grass is it's going to take a while. There will be a period of time to get that grass planted, and I don't really want to do that. So we can... While time is ticking forward, we can be cultivating up the field right here, and we can be preparing it for its next planting. That we can do. Whether it's going to be planted with grass in the spring, or whether it's going to be planted with something else, we don't really know, but that won't be our problem. So yeah, I'm happy with doing that. I'm comfortable with that particular one, and because I've still got quite a few bales to move. The only way that I'm going to be able to move bales faster, especially if I can only move them 6 at a time, is to go and buy a bigger trailer, and I don't really want to do that because it costs a fortune, and I don't want to be spending money. I mean, I could buy a second trailer. That might be worth it, especially with the silage. But that's, again, eating into my cash. Now, 40 grand, it is a reasonable amount of money, and I could easily afford a trailer with that, and then I could sell the trailer afterwards, but it's still going to have cost me money. It's all things we have to weigh up and consider. And I've also got to make sure that I can achieve my 100,000 euro target. So I can't even begin to get close to that until December, when the silage prices are at their highest and I need to start selling the silage. But what I will also be doing in, I've got to get there before then, and I've also then got the produce from the greenhouse that I need to go and sell as well. So there's a couple of trips up and down from the mountain, and I've already been told in no uncertain terms that I must not skip any more trips back up from the town, because we're on the clock now. So I've got to play fair. I've got to play fair. So I think not planting this field is the right move, because I can leave the cultivating can just carry on. That's just something that can just happen while other things are going on around us. So I could put the hired help going with John Deere cultivating this field. That would be absolutely fine. I just need to get some fuel. I'm going to have to take that John Deere down with a trailer load of produce at some point, I think, and then refuel it while it's down in town, and then bring that one back, because this tractor here also needs refueling. But to be honest, I think actually this one is going to be okay. Just finishing up the last of it. Right, let's get down to the end of the row here. I can hear that John Deere coming up. Let's spin you round here a minute. Off they go in all their gloriousness. Oops. Okay, I filled up the next bale. And you come back there. So that one's almost done up there. We've got way more than 10 bales, because I already took 6 bales down. I got 3 up on there, which is 9. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 bales so far. And we're not finished yet. We're going to reach 20 bales in this field at least. So there's pushing towards 4,000 euros for the bales off of this field. That's pretty good, actually. That's a lot better than I thought we'd get. And yeah, we do need to sell direct. So we've also got to build the level platform down by the greenhouses so that I can load. I'm really, really hoping that that's going to let us load the trailer 2 layers high. I have no reason to suspect that we can't do that so long as we have the... if we can bring the bales over, like 6 at a time, and just put them close enough, then it should load them properly. That's what I'm hoping. I see no reason that it won't. So we'll do that in a minute. I'll just go and finish this bit. He should be able to turn around there without any trouble. Seems to be doing alright as well, just detecting the edges of the field and that sort of thing. I was wondering whether or not this field should be planted with oilseed radish, just to put a layer of fertilizer onto it. But I'm not going to do that. That, again, is going to be something that's going to be left for the new owner. That's going to be their decision to make, whether or not they want to plant it with oilseed radish or just put normal fertilizer on or what. I don't want to be telling them how to run their farm. That's entirely up to them. Empty that one out. Right, you know what I'm going to do? We'll take a short break from the baling, and we're going to make that level platform. So I'm just going to shut that one off a second, and then we're going to go into here. I'm going to go to construction like that, and I'm going to come down here. So the level platform kind of wants to be there, I think. It doesn't need to be too big. But I've got to be able to have enough room for, like, driving onto it and driving off of it. So is that there? I'll make that a little bit bigger. And I will do it right there. So we do need to push all the ground down around it. Like that. And then the ground over on this side. Obviously that's coming up a little bit. And then it drops down a little bit over there. So long as I'm not moving too much away. I've already spent a couple thousand on this. There, it's getting quite steep over on this side. There's 2,500 that we've gone and put into this already. It's not very much that I'm having to push down back there. A little bit there. Right, I think that's probably enough. A few little bits up that side, just sort of bringing it up a bit. There. Good gravy. That's like 5,000 we've spent on that already. Plus, I need to level the sides so that I can drive stuff down. So that's got to be done. This is costing a lot of money. I think I may have done this a little bit too excessive. Well, there's no maybe about it. I've definitely made this bigger than it needs to be. Does not need to be quite this big, but it's done now. So we'll smooth off that side as well. There. Right, there's 5,000 I've just gone and spent on that. And I'm going to give it... We'll see, we've only got the plain grass. We don't have the dry grass on this one. It does bug me that we're so limited on the different textures that we can use. There's so many textures available in this game, and they haven't given us 3/4 of them. And that is something that is a constant source of irritation to me. I really cannot understand why we're not allowed to have the full range of textures for the painting in that. It does not make any sense to me. I really don't get that. Just like, you've got all of this available, and even in the base game, they haven't put it all in here. We've got these... And some of the other maps have, like, they've literally got, like, 4 options. Why? Why do that? Why have it built into the game and then just refuse to use it? It just doesn't make any sense at all. It just seems so ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not going to get all upset about it. I'm not going to get worried about it. Let's fold this one up, and then we can go and put this one back. I'll not get the cultivator just yet. Well, I suppose I could get the cultivator hooked on, and he's got some fuel still, so we're alright at the moment. I think he'll be alright to do the cultivating. I don't really need to worry about it just yet, so the aim is that we'll get the field cultivated before we finish, but we don't really need to worry too much about anything else. So that I'm going to just stop there for now. And you, right here... Start that one up again and finish our little bit of baling. We have not got much left to do now. It's just the one long row and then the 2 short bits. I reckon that we'll get 2 more bales out of this, and then we are done and dusted with all of our baling. We may even get 3 bales at this rate. And we want to take the bales immediately and sell them. So this is going to be 2 trips that we've got to take in order to be able to sell the bales. Right, we won't be making this in time to just do 1 trip, so it's going to be 2 trips for the bales, and the price for them right now is 35 per 1,000. It goes up to 49, so we're about as low as we're going to get in price. But I'd already discussed this, saying that if we keep it till winter, because we've got no shelter for them, the bales will be stored outside, which means the outside... couple of inches of straw does get spoiled a little bit, which means that you haven't got as good a quality of straw, so you're going to get less of a premium for it anyway. And so when you take that into account, you might as well just sell it straight off the field. If we sell it straight off the field, we get pretty much the same price that we would get for second-rate straw being sold in the winter. At least at the moment, we're selling it as best straw, and then the person who's buying it, if they're able to go and store it, even better, because then they have best straw in the winter, and they paid, you know, they didn't pay the premium for it. They didn't have to pay a large amount of money for it, because so long as it's stored, you know, you've got absolutely pristine straw. There's nothing wrong with the straw that be in the middle of the bales. It's just you have more wastage by keeping the bales outside until the middle of winter. I mean, I guess it depends where you live as well. Like, some places you don't have a lot of rainfall, so it's just a no-brainer. You store them outside because, well, you know, you're hardly going to lose anything off of any of the bales, and it's just not worth the cost and the expense of moving the bales into a shed, because that shed is then, you had to build the shed and it's being used for storing the straw when it could be used for something else. Animals, other feed, you know, just about anything really. 4,800. I know I've got a few little spots of straw, but I don't think I've got enough little tiny spots of straw around in order to make up the last 75 litres for the final bale. This is really irritating. I hate it when this happens. 4,929. Alright, we are going to comb every inch of this field looking for 75 litres of straw. This ain't happening, is it? We are just not getting the last little bit of straw. The only place that we might, I suppose, is... No, we're not even going to get it from opening up a bit of hay, something like that. Only thing I was thinking is maybe we could do it by opening one of the small bales of hay. There is no bits of straw left anywhere. I've already picked it all up. That is really irritating. I can't open that. I can't remove it. The only thing that I might be able to do is get a tiny little bit of hay. Now, depending on the mechanic of the game at play... Because, like there, we've got 70 litres left, which, to be honest, in any universe, 70 litres... Now, if I put the bale there, it gets chucked in. And that bale, I've got 178 litres in there. If I open this and I make it loose... Actually, I can do it with a bucket. If I pick it up with a bucket, it should be alright. So, I think I can just do this. How do you... Can you open the bale? Pick up, switch hand tool. No, I can't. I thought you could open bales. I thought small bales could be opened. Unpark all vehicles. I wonder if it's because the bale is partially used. Pick up. If you just right click it, it throws it. It just hits it away from you. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.